Blessings, and welcome to the Farm in the Forest Apiary. This thing was built with a quickness. We had no idea that bees were coming so soon. So Bill and I had one morning, one rising time, to secure this whole area. And we got it done really quick. We've been doing a lot of projects together. So if you've got someone that you've been building a lot with, it'll probably go a lot faster. But if you get bombarded with some bees really quick, we put some T-posts up, wrapped all this hog wire around the trees and secured it to the T-post, and voila, piggy free. So there will be a pallet door put in right here. And these bees are very happy. I am noticing that the left-hand box has a lot more activity than the right-hand box. I'm just going to keep an eye out and, let my friends do their thing. Oh my goodness, he has so much pollen on his little legs. Oh, wow. Oh, this is so cool. I love bees. My mom and I were beekeepers in Nashville, and it was a whole different experience than doing it down here. She went and found a guy here in Hattiesburg, and he is actually the manufacturer for the bee boxes. And she was able to spend the morning with him and learn some things and see a different way of tending to bees. So breaking it down, it's not all about collecting honey. Got to make sure that our bees are safe and fed, and the honey comes later. So this little space is super cool. We made it large so that we can obviously grow our apiary and have an entire bee colony of friends, which is cool. Do you want to see the bees? I'll show it to you. Can you see the little friends? Aren't these boxes gorgeous? There they go, doing their busy bee work. Some of them have a whole bunches of pollen on their little toe. You might be able to see it. It's one around my face. Hello, bee. So for now, 2 boxes. These are the bees. Hello, bees. And you might be saying to yourself, why isn't she wearing a suit? Well, because these bees are busy. They don't mind me. I'm not messing with them. I got a job to do. One just flew into my eyeball. Yeah, not that crazy. Keep your vibrations super chill. I'm not scared of the bee. Also not allergic. If you're allergic, there's this thing called bee venom therapy, and it's really cool. There's a couple of really amazing women out there that are going back to the ancient practices of bee venom medicine. I've not been stung. They're in my house a lot. They get inside my bed, take little nappies, so I have to get them out if I leave my door open. But yeah, they're pretty cool. This box is not as busy. You guys having a good time? Oh my goodness. So there's this new kind of box that we got. And this really cool dude. I'm going to show it to you. It's absolutely amazing. You ever seen anything like that before? What a blessing. It's pretty cool. So, y'all can get mad about me not wearing a suit all you want. I don't like wearing shoes either, so some people are built different. I don't like wearing shoes unless I have to. Because of all these darn fire ants on the property, I have to wear my boots all the time, and I don't want to. So I'll go practice my grounding in a different way, in a safe space. Yeah, it's a pretty cool spot. So just put up these T-posts, and yeah, maybe this is hanging down a little bit. I don't care. I really don't, because at the end of the day, we are here to keep the hogs out. And so when we had less than 24 hours to build this entire space, there's a pallet that we brought. I don't always clean up my spaces before I film, so I know some people do, but I don't. So this is our little apiary. What do you think about it? Pretty cool. I've been planting so many flowers for them to eat. My zinnias are like 6 inches tall. So if you're thinking about getting you some bees, being a beekeeper, find a mentor. I'm going to go take the day with Mr. Larry also, because here's the thing about beekeeping, and that he really mentioned that I'm echoing from my mother. You can be a beekeeper for a couple months out of the year, but can you keep them through the winter? Are you a beekeeper or are you a honey stealer? What's your plan? What's your role in that? Are you keeping bees, or are you housing them to steal their honey and then letting them die? So these are a lot of things that we're learning and shifting our mindset on, is making sure they're safe. There's not going to be any issues with the moths or any of the mites because we're using a different whole setup. So do your research. If you're curious about where we got our bees from and you're in Zone 8B and you're close to the Hattiesburg, Mississippi area, we're about an hour from there, so it's always worth the drive for us since we're already in the forest. It takes us 30 minutes to get out of the forest, so an extra 30 minutes is not that crazy. So yeah, if you feel like, you need to get you a big old bee suit and a couple nukes, go for it. But make sure you have space for it. Make sure you have time, and make sure you have the correct equipment and tools. Your smokers, your smooshes, and the honeydews, I'd be making up words. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'm going to put a link down the bottom of all different kinds of beekeeping supplies. So happy beekeeping to you. I hope you keep your bees this year. I hope that none of us are honey stealers, but we are growing these bees and helping pollinate. So the bees here are going to help out with our orchard that's going to go right up here. We already planted 2 lemon trees. Mom and Bill did that yesterday. So the garden's in. There's just, everything's going to work together. Super exciting.